Hello to everybody tuning in, and thank you for joining us. The presentation today will cover academic programs offered in the fields of biology, chemistry, and health professions, the experience you can expect to have at John Carroll, and the various outcomes from some of our graduates. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to your two presenters today, Dr. Michael Nichols, Associate Professor and Chair of Chemistry, and Dr. Kathy Lee, Assistant Dean of Health Professions. Take it away.
Hi, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time to learn more about biology and chemistry and pre-health professions. I'm going to start off by talking a little bit about the different programs and departments that we have here at John Carroll. Within the biology department, we have three majors that students can focus on. There's a general biology major, cell and molecular biology, and environmental science. Within the chemistry department, we have an ACS approved program. There's a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, and you can do a concentration in either biochemistry or chemical physics. A lot of our students who are at John Carroll choose to major in biology and or chemistry, where we average about a little over 100 students between the two departments graduating each year. Many students will add a minor or a concentration to that major. This includes things like professional healthcare preparation, population and public health, neuroscience, Spanish is very common, psychology, even exercise science or communications are also great minors and concentrations to pick up.
So in terms of faculty-student interaction, we have a fairly small size departments. There's 11 biology faculty, 9 chemistry faculty. There's some support staff in terms of lab coordinators. Typically, the class sizes are in the introductory courses, you'll have anywhere from 30 to 40 students. In the upper division classes, the numbers are considerably smaller, sometimes anywhere from 24 to maybe 30 in a biochemistry class. The labs usually have a fixed amount of seats, and they tend to be very small, so you get a lot of hands-on instruction from the instructors as well as the teaching assistants, and I'll talk more about that in a future slide. Collaborative research is very strong in both departments. You can do undergraduate research on and off campus. On campus, you can do it for credit with a chemistry or a biology faculty member. Some students will do a neuroscience project that may involve faculty from both departments as well as psychology. And our students publish regularly as co-authors on these research, on the research projects. And they publish alongside faculty and sometimes alongside collaborators at the Cleveland Clinic and other places where they do research off campus. Next slide. We offer the variety of classes that you need to be both biologists, chemists, and also for the various pre-health professions programs. So the ones that are required for things like medical school and dental school, genetics, organic chemistry, biochemistry, anatomy and physiology are all offered. Labs are very much hands-on. In chemistry, we have very hands-on labs from general chemistry in your freshman year all the way up to senior classes. Analytical, instrumental analysis lab is when you use most of the instruments that we have in chemistry. Physical chemistry. In the biology department, there are the biotechnology class. In chemistry, it's biochemistry. There are GIS classes for those interested in looking at mapping data and collecting collecting that type of data. There's also a variety of different classes that fit the mission of the university. There is a minor in poverty. There's the poverty and disease courses. There's epidemiology. So there are a variety of courses that fit within the service focus of the university in primarily in the biology and in pre-health. There's a lot of experiential, what we call experiential learning. There's a lot of opportunities that you have for hands-on experience as well as other experiences that help you grow as a scientist, as a professional, as a person. We are very well equipped within the sciences in terms of instrumentation. We have well over $2 million in instruments. We have a lot of the same instrumentation that you'd find at a Research One institution like Case or Ohio State. We only have maybe one of those instruments, but the key difference at John Carroll is you get hands-on experience with that, whether you're using it in a class, whether you're using it in a research experience. So you get hands-on experience with the type of instrumentation, with the type of equipment that you would use either as a professional chemist or biologist, or if you went on to graduate programs. We also have a variety of internships. You can do research on campus. You can also do research off campus. On the internships, we have a very strong program with the Cleveland Clinic. We send about 10 to 15 students down there a summer to do research with their principal investigators. Many of those students will take positions after graduation. Many of them will publish with those. And this is the Cleveland Clinic. I mean, there's Mayo, there's Johns Hopkins, Cleveland Clinic. So our students are working at the Cleveland Clinic and even at university hospitals. There's a CanSure program for cancer research that's very good. We also have internships at local companies, Sherwin-Williams, Lubrizol in chemistry. There's some environmental corporations within Cleveland that some biology and chemistry students work in. So there's plenty of internships, plenty of those opportunities for you to be involved with. One of the experiential learning opportunities in chemistry is that we have undergraduate laboratory teaching assistants. So our TAs in our lab courses, and you can start to do this as a sophomore once you've taken general chemistry, they learn how to interact with students, how to interact with faculty. You know, the real test, can you explain general chemistry to your peers? And so that's a really good opportunity to learn teamwork skills, to be able to learn more of the coursework in depth. And so that's a really important experiential learning opportunity that we have within the chemistry department for not only chemistry, but chemistry, biology, psychology, some exercise science majors. We have all types of majors involved in our undergraduate teaching assistant program.
We have a number of other opportunities that can also enrich your experience while you're at John Carroll. For students that are more interested in doing environmental work, there are a number of field courses that take students to places like the Costa Rican rainforests, the deserts of California, the grasslands and the plains, and the Appalachian Mountains. And these are opportunities for students to do research in the actual environment. We also have a number of immersion experiences that are offered through the university. Probably one of the most popular ones is our medical immersion trip that goes to Honduras every year. There are other immersion trips that are available to students that go to other places and they have a different focus. And so we really encourage our students to take advantage of these immersion experiences, go out and get time with people from different backgrounds, be immersed in other cultures and environments. A number of our students do study abroad. I think it's a great thing to do. I really encourage our students to do study abroad. Some of the common places that our students go are Ireland or England to do their study abroad. However, I have known students to do study abroad in places like Switzerland and China and all over the world.
So what do our students do after they've graduated? The breakdown in terms of the different areas they go into are pretty similar for biology and chemistry. For biology, the majority of the students go into a health related professional program, and Dr. Lee will talk about this in a few minutes, but a variety of different health related programs. It's not just medical school or dental. There's a whole variety of those, and our students go into those different programs. Some biologists go into employment, maybe working for environmental organizations. Some of them go into teaching and graduate programs to get masters and PhDs in biology or molecular biology in those related fields. And a number of students, both in chemistry and biology, go into service, do a year of service maybe with the Jesuit Volunteer Corps. So those areas are also where chemistry students go. Most of our students go into employment, which you'll see in a moment, the types of industries and a wide variety of different positions that they take. Our students also go into the various health-related professional programs, and they also go into master's and PhD programs in chemistry and biochemistry and integrated life sciences, and also some of them will go on to engineering as well.
So just to follow up with what Dr. Nichols was referring to, is after John Carroll, as far as graduate schools and medical schools go and dental schools, our students go to many universities and colleges that are scattered across the United States. And we don't have time to go through them all, but you can kind of see the list of graduate schools that our students have attended. And then in blue is the list of medical and dental schools that our students have gone to. This is a short list for both graduate schools and medical and dental schools. Dr. Nichols has another slide coming up here where he'll give a little bit more of an extensive list. But if you're interested in either graduate school or a health profession school, such as medical, dental, physician assistant, physical therapy, anesthesiology assistant, you could pretty much go anywhere in the country, or even out of the country on a couple of occasions, and fulfill those career goals.
And here's the more extensive list that I'm not going to go through, but if you, if you stop this video and take a look at these, this is a wide variety. Our students do a wide variety of things in terms of graduate programs, in terms of employment. There are a number of companies on here, both small and large, and sometimes students will move within those during the course of their career. And in terms of health professions on the next slide, our chemistry students, again, do a wide variety of things from medical school to PA to pharmacy, dentistry, and then the other health professions programs. And that's also true for biology and also psychology majors as well. So really it's a question of what you would like to do, because our preparation in terms of all the experiences, all of the coursework will prepare you to do any of these types of programs.
So just to talk a little bit more about pre-health professions, we do have a separate advising office for students that are interested in going into a healthcare career. And John Carroll students matriculate to a really wide variety of healthcare career programs. This includes all of those different careers in medicine, such as medical doctor, doctor of osteopathic medicine, podiatric medicine, optometry, veterinary medicine, dental school, all of those things where you get to be called doctor, our students have gone on to. In addition, we have a lot of students that decide to go into an allied healthcare program. Now, these would be things more like physician assistant, physical therapy, occupational therapy, nursing, pharmacy, anesthesiology assistant. Our students really explore, they take the time to think about what career they want to go into, and with the guidance and help from their advisors at John Carroll, they find the career that's really the right fit for them. Now, we do have a couple of early acceptance programs. In other words, you can reserve seats in medical school, dental school, or pharmacy school through our partner professional schools. Those programs mean that you have to maintain a certain GPA during your time at John Carroll, and then you have that seat waiting for you after graduation. And so we have agreements with Ohio University's Heritage College of Osteopathic Medicine, LECOM, which is Lake Erie's College of Osteopathic Medicine, and Case Western Reserve University. In addition, we have agreements with 2 nursing schools in the area for students who decide that nursing is really the best fit for them. Ursuline and Case Western Reserve University have both partnered with us, so our students have easy access to a nursing career if they want to. Oops. JCU really prides themselves in providing students with very individualized advising, support, guidance, and opportunities to do things to prepare them for the healthcare careers that they are interested in. First and foremost, we provide students with a rigorous education, not only in the sciences, but also in subject areas that are outside the sciences that are still important to be great healthcare providers. Our students typically have excellent grades, very strong standardized test scores to get acceptance into those healthcare programs. We really also pride ourselves in providing students with a very well-rounded experience. Medical schools, dental schools, physician assistant programs, they're all looking for students that have well-rounded and varied backgrounds. It's not enough anymore just to be a strong student. You also have to excel in other areas on your application. This includes things like community service and volunteer work. Many of our students serve on the emergency medical squad on campus. JCU EMS is fully staffed by students who have their EMT or EMR certifications. Many of our students work in the hospitals that are in the area, some of which Dr. Nichols already talked about, with university hospitals, the Cleveland Clinic, Metro Health, which is the county system. Our students are also heavily involved in research. Many healthcare programs are looking for research on students' applications. So students can do research at John Carroll with many labs that are associated with biology, chemistry, physics, even exercise science. And then they frequently take those skills off campus to places like the Cleveland Clinic, university hospitals, and even some physicians in private practice in the area perform research with our students. Shadowing is also extremely important. Most of these healthcare programs want to make sure that you really understand the healthcare program that you're interested in, the career that you're interested in. And in order to really understand what those careers are about, you need to go and spend time with those healthcare professionals. So all of these healthcare programs are looking for students that have cultural competencies and the ability to work with groups that are very different in their culture, in their religion, in their ethnic background, socioeconomic status. They want students that have these skills to work with people who are very different from them. Another great strength of John Carroll University is that we provide students with interview preparation. This happens through the Health Professions Advisory Committee, or HPAC for short, where students have to fill out an application with the department. Then they are assigned a group of faculty members that they have to do mock interviews with. Those faculty members will then do online evaluations on those students. And from those online evaluations, each student gets feedback about their application, about the personal statement that they wrote as part of their application, and about their interview skills. Each student also has the opportunity to have a committee letter of recommendation submitted to help support their application to whatever healthcare program they've applied to. There are 2 scholarships that are available for pre-health students. I won't go through all of them. One is for a rising junior, so somebody who's ending their sophomore year to go towards their junior and senior years. The other one is for a student about to enter their senior year. And these are substantial scholarships that are available for students interested in a healthcare career. We really help students achieve their healthcare goals. This picture was taken about 1.5 years ago. These are all John Carroll students at Ohio State, or the Ohio State University College of Dentistry. And I love this picture because it really shows the diversity of students that go into healthcare programs. Some of these students spent actually a very short time at John Carroll, 3 years, and then they moved on to dentistry at Ohio State. One of those individuals actually finished a graduate program in English before going into dentistry at Ohio State. But all of these students are happy to connect with students that are interested in healthcare careers and talk about their journey through John Carroll to their healthcare goal. Another thing that a lot of students really enjoy participating in at John Carroll is our STEM living learning community. If you are interested on living on campus, you can live in the STEM living learning community. This is an entire floor of one of the dormitories where all of the residents are involved in STEM in some facet: science, technology, engineering, or math. And so it's really helpful to have your peers in your classes. And so if you have a question or need some help with something, you can just walk right across the hall and you'll find somebody who is sitting next to you in chemistry or physics or biology or organic or something like that. And so they really form a tight bond, and they help support each other throughout their careers. If you need more information, or if you have specific questions about either biology or chemistry or pre-health, you can contact the chairs of each of those departments. Dr. Scheel unfortunately couldn't be with us today, but if you have questions about the biology majors or opportunities within the biology department, you can contact him at his email address on the slide. Dr. Nichols as well is always happy to meet with students. I know he's been doing some Zoom meetings and meeting with students online. And as well, I'm happy to answer your questions by email, or if you would like to set up a Zoom meeting, my email address is also included. Natalie Robinson is our coordinator of campus visits. And so if you have more generalized questions, or if you want to work with Natalie to set up a series of appointments with financial aid and maybe admissions and maybe an academic advisor or somebody within the sports, she can coordinate an entire set of meetings for you to be happening online so that you can get all the information that you need. With that,
thanks so much for joining us and presenting about your programs. We really appreciate it. I hope everybody that tuned in enjoyed it and found it informative. As Dr. Lee said, if you ever have questions, you can feel free to reach out to your enrollment manager. And if you feel like you're ready to make that official decision and become a Blue Streak, then log into your gateway where you can become part of the class of 2024. So thank you all so much. And thank you, Dr. Nichols and Dr. Lee. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Have a great day, everybody.
All right.
Thank you.